Hi there, welcome to Kneppyinvests. Lithium prices have fallen like a rock in the past year, and the drop in lithium prices is negatively affecting most lithium companies, including Liontown Resources, whose share price fell 21% on the 22nd of January 2024. And I'm going to explore Liontown Resources a little bit more right now and the reasons why the share price dropped and probably the best way to put it, the ultimate reason why Liontown share price did drop 21% on this particular date is because of the drop in lithium prices. But it's a little bit more complex than that. Now, if you know anything about me, you would know that I don't invest in mining companies for the long term simply because they are price takers. The success of a company like Liontown Resources is highly influenced or correlated to the underlying commodity price, in this case, lithium. And if lithium prices drop 85 to 90%, the company is going to be negatively affected. But there are some reasons to like Liontown Resources. And with the drop in lithium prices, with the drop in Liontown's valuation and share price, and if you do think eventually lithium prices, well, maybe not eventually, if you do think lithium prices are near the bottom, which they might be, I don't know. We haven't seen any sign that they have reached a bottom, but they're getting fairly low, particularly when you compare it to the past. And if you think eventually lithium prices will go on another bull run, then now is the time to start looking at companies like Liontown Resources. Now, Liontown Resources should be moving into production in mid 2024. Now, I went to their website because I didn't know a lot about this company, and there was one statement that attracted me to this company. Just one statement. That's all I need. It's one little statement. And they did mention on their website that their project at Kathleen Valley in WA will be one of the world's largest lithium mines when it comes to production in mid 2024. So they have a mine in WA. That's actually a tick. Less geopolitical risk or sovereign risk. Now, there is a bit of risk or sovereign risk in Australia. No country has zero sovereign risk. One of the world's largest lithium mines in itself, that's attractive. And coming into production in mid 2024, that is also attractive. Now, ultimately, you'd like this company to go into or start production when lithium prices are high, sort of like Pilbara Minerals, those companies who were into production a few years ago when lithium prices were on an absolute depth. So a few things to like about Liontown Resources, but there's also a few things not to like about this company, which I'll touch upon in the next few slides as I discuss why the share price of this company dropped 22%. Now, the ultimate reason why is because lithium prices have dropped. But again, it's a little bit more complex than that. And that's the reason I'm doing this video. I am not going to discuss the takeover bid for Liontown Resources or even Gina Reinhardt, even though the true story of why Liontown Resources share price has dropped 21% really begins back then with that takeover bid and then Gina Reinhardt. But I'm going to start the story on the 19th of October 2023. Now, this project, Kathleen Valley, does need a little bit of funding to get it into production. And there was a fair bit of money based off equity raising they announced on the 19th of October, and they're also going into debt financing. And they needed, in terms of debt financing, 760 million Australian dollars. And there was a syndicate of leading international and domestic commercial banks and government credit agencies that were willing to give Liontown Resources a little bit of money. And these banks included ANZ, CBA, NAB, and Westpac, so the four biggest domestic banks in Australia, plus HSBC and Society General, plus Australia's specialist clean energy investor, the Clean Energy Finance Corporation, CEFC. So after this particular announcement, even though the price of lithium was dropping, it was full steam ahead for the Kathleen Valley project. Liontown Resources had their funding. Unfortunately for Liontown Resources, the price of lithium has continued to drop. I'm still waiting for the bottom of lithium prices. It seems like every single week, lithium prices fall even further. And unfortunately, the drop in lithium prices has had an effect on this funding package from this syndicate of lenders. Not only has it had an effect, they decided to terminate it completely. So let's have a look at why they have terminated this particular funding package. The finalization of the debt package has been impacted by recent reductions in the independent forecasting pricing for spodumene, upon which the lender's credit approvals were based. So it seems like the drop in lithium prices after October has been a surprise to some people. So maybe they don't know anything about trends and that sort of thing and sentiment. Accordingly, the company has now commenced discussions on a revised, smaller debt facility that reflect the project review. I'll talk about the project view in a second. So as a result, the commitment letter announced on 19th of October 2023 will terminate. Now, the last comment I've included in this particular slide is a odd comment, a conflicting comment. The company has been advised by lenders within the syndicate that they remain highly supporters of the project. So if they're highly supportive of the project, then why did they withdraw the funding? But another way to look at it is it says lenders within the syndicate. So there might have been a few lenders who completely want to ignore this project, but some other lenders who think, yeah, this project could be a really good thing. Maybe they will make some money if they do lend Liontown Resources some money. So I think maybe it was just one of the two lenders got cold feet and they didn't want to support this funding for Liontown Resources. But just the wording in that last comment makes me think there were a few funders or lenders within the syndicate who are still keen on this project. And maybe Liontown Resources can take advantage of that. Now let's go back to this project review. So Liontown Resources is going to production. They plan to go into production in 2024. And I don't see any reason why that's going to change. So the whole point of this debt package was to have the necessary funds to get where Liontown Resources wants to be. So let's have a look at the project review and examine some of their options. So one option is to defer the timing of the previously announced 4 million tonne per annum underground development work. Another option is sequencing adjustments to the mine plan. Another option is scope for additional cost optimizations. And a very important point they did make, there is no change to the 3 million tonne per annum plant capacity design, which the company is currently constructing. So I still think this company will go into production in 2024. Another thing to take into account here is that Liontown has approximately $515 million of cash at the bank at 31st of December 2023, having now fully drawn the $300 million project funding package secured from Ford. So they're getting a lot of money from all these different places. This is expected to fund construction activities required for first production in the middle of 2024. So that's also is a very important point the company's making. They will still go into production in 2024. This termination of this particular debt package won't affect that. Now, I decided to delve a little bit deeper into who advised the lending syndicate that the price of lithium is going to remain suppressed enough that they should withdraw their funding package. And I found a couple of really interesting articles on the AFR. This one was titled Crisis Talks as Critical Minerals Bust Deepens, written by Peter Kerr and Brad Thompson. And straight away, the first paragraph gives you a lot of information. A bearish forecast for lithium prices by commodities agency Wood Mackenzie, I've never heard of Wood Mackenzie, was the catalyst for Liontown's lending syndicate to withdraw its October offer for a $760 million loan. Mr. Ottaviano, which is the CEO, pretty sure his first name's Tony, he's the CEO of Liontown Resources, said that Wood Mackenzie had predicted spodumene prices would remain about $950 a tonne until 2029. That is a very, very low price, Mr. Ottaviano says. Now, he should be fairly bullish on lithium prices because he's a CEO of a lithium company. So him saying very, very low prices, or is a very, very low price, is understandable. He probably would expect lithium prices to be significantly higher than $950 a tonne in 2029. We cannot believe how a forecast like that can support the supply they are predicting will come on. It doesn't make sense. Now, we are talking about the future of a commodity price. And to be honest with you, I don't think anyone does that good. I don't think anyone accurately forecasts the commodity price well, not only 5 years in advance, but 1 year in advance. Everyone said iron ore prices will be falling significantly in 2023, and they should be really low in 2024. It did not happen. So definitely understand why someone would be skeptical about Wood Mackenzie's forecast spodumene prices in 2029. And also, Mr. Ataviano says, our view is the pricing signals they are forecasting by definition would mean that some of that supply just will not come on, which is actually, I don't know. Wood Mackenzie could decline to share its price assumptions when approached by the Australian Financial Review. I would like to see why Wood Mackenzie is now really bearish on lithium prices. Jarden Analysis expects spodumene prices to average between 1,500 and 1,900 a ton between now and 2030. So it seems like this bearish forecast by Wood and Mackenzie was the reason why this debt package has been withdrawn by the lending syndicate. Now let's finish off this video with the chart, a daily chart for Liontown Resources going back to early 2022. So we're looking at the last 2 years of Liontown Resources and a fairly volatile ride. In fact, the share price of Liontown Resources got as high as $3.15 in June of 2023. You can see that massive rise in late March. That would have been a takeover bid from Albemarle or whatever it's called. And the share price rallied quite nicely in that first half of 2023, even though lithium prices had started their downturn by then. I'm pretty sure lithium prices started to fall back in early 2023. So even though lithium prices were falling, Liontown Resources share price was actually rising, and then that takeover bid was withdrawn. That's why the share price fell in mid-October. They announced the capital raising alongside, and you can see a massive drop in share price. Share price went from $2.80 all the way down to $1.80, and the share price has kept on falling. We did see a nice little bounce in December, and then the share price just 2 days before, or maybe a day before, 2 days before, day before this particular announcement on the 22nd, we saw the share price of Liontown Resources hit a pretty significant support level at $1.20. The reason that was a significant support level is because the lows we saw back in late 2022 were at $1.20. So and also saw a share price of Liontown bounce of $1.20 back in December. You can see a nice little bounce, and the share price rallied really strongly after that. So that was a pretty significant support level for Liontown Resources, and it fell through that like slicing butter with a knife because of this particular announcement on the 22nd. But the share price of Liontown Resources has hit another strong, maybe not as strong as $1.20, but another strong, relatively strong support level at about 88 cents. And the reason that level is quite strong is because the lows we saw in June 2022 were at this level. So not surprising to see a little bit of support at around 90 cents for Liontown Resources because it is a support level. Now, whether share price falls below this support level remains to be seen. We could even see a bounce off these levels like we saw back in December when the share price bounced off $1.25 or $1.20. But who knows? Because there is a lot of negative sentiment in this company right now. And of course, the price of Liontown Resources is going to be highly influenced by the price of lithium. If the price of lithium keeps on falling, more than likely Liontown Resources share price will keep on falling. But if we see the price of lithium sort of level off, go sideways, no big drops anymore, possibly we might see Liontown Resources share price go up. We might see a little bit of support coming back in, particularly if they do go into production in mid-2024. That could be the catalyst for re-rating Liontown Resources share price. And that's all I have for this video on Liontown Resources and why the share price of the company has dropped, or did drop, 21% on the 22nd of January 2024. If you are bullish on this company, if you are bullish on lithium, or conversely, bearish on both of them, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I have no thoughts on either, but I think as lithium prices keep on falling, this space becomes more and more interesting and intriguing. And I have started a little bit of research on lithium companies because at some point in time, these companies could become a really good buy, particularly if we do reach the bottom in the lithium cycle. And now's the time to get interested in these companies. So if you do have any thoughts, leave those in the comment section of this video. Otherwise, I'm not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who's qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.